Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream this evening. Hope everybody's well. Somebody's just smashed into Jacoby in the most impolite way. Oh, Ollie's just... These guys can't drive. These guys can't drive. They can't drive at all. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I just need to let everybody know when we're going to get underway. Bear with me a second. Tonight, we are going to do the... Why have I got it set up as a race? Why am I going straight into a race? That will be better. I can't change it. It's all going pear-shaped already. Tonight, I'm not going to be racing very much. I'm probably going to do this first race because it's a quick one. It's a short one. So I would like to do one race tonight. I am going to do one, but then I have got to stop. So I've got to relieve the pressure on my back, and I'm finding that braking constantly all the time and just racing all the time is a little bit too much. So I'm just going to do the one, and then we won't be doing any more. But tonight we are celebrating the brand new Hyundai Elantra that was released recently. We are at Dragon Trail Gardens in reverse initially. Then we're heading off to Fisherman's Ranch, where I have it on good authority that number one Pops will be showing us how this car behaves. We're then heading off to Francorchamps, which has also been requested. And then we're doing a drift race, a short one at Suzuka. That one is for Drag Fury. And then we're going to be finishing up at Alsace Village. Depending on how many people we've got, depending on the time, I might open up as a smashy, crashy or a Nords. We will see when we get to that point. It will depend how quickly we go through. Jack Kobe, no, I'm getting no sympathy whatsoever, my friend. I won't do as I'm told. So she's told me that because I won't do as I'm told, then I'm not getting any sympathy. So there you go. That's how it is. That, my friends, is how it is. Did I let everybody know when I'm starting this? Oh, once again, concentration going. I don't think I did I? No, I didn't. I went in there to do it. Qualifier is at 10 past. Okay. Right, let's just get out on track and see how we do. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Everybody tells me that this is a great car. Haven't quite clicked with it yet. You all know that I like my G70, but we'll see how we go. Incidentally, got a wonderful livery on this car that Willie's done for me. Looks really nice. He's done like the usual PSR one, but he's put my red dragon on the side of it, which is really, really cool. Unfortunately, you are not going to get to see it very much as I throw it off the track already. The guys that are following and overtaking me will... Unfortunately, Jack, I can't. I mustn't do more than one race. You can tell Liliana I really wish I was, but I mustn't. The 50-minute race on Wednesday, followed by yesterday's, was a bit too much. So I'm going to relax a lot over the weekend, and I'm going to see how that affects the pressure in my head. And then that'll give me an idea on what I need to do next week. But I have got to start listening to my body at the moment. It's annoying because I feel like, you know, along with Hulky and Borky and a few others, I've taken a bit of a step forwards. And I just don't want to back off and find that I get into bad habits and I forget things. I forget what I've been taught. Ugh. I was so desperate to get round down there. Yeah, you know, listening to all the stuff that you went through with me on the other day, just trying to put some of that in practice. What I was doing in the dailies this week, I really want to continue to build on it, but I have got to be a little bit careful. Right, get it rotated on the power, on the apex once you've got it rotated. Get it rotated on the power. Right, 4 minutes and we're going racing, guys. It is so nice when you get it right and you're accelerating right on the apex off a corner and you know that you're not going to go off because you got it rotated. It's such a nice feeling. And then you could just enjoy all of that speed and power and momentum down the straight. The only difficult thing is you've got to remember to brake a little bit early at the end of the straight because you're going quicker than you are normally. So there are pros and cons. Ugh. Pushing that a bit too hard. I'm not very good through that section. I need somebody to follow. Probably 8 minutes. Ollie with a 141.1, Greg with a 141.1. Just trying to get the power down a little bit too early there. Right, okay, so who have we got? We've got Jack Kobe, Greg White, Danny C, Gamer Dan, Ollie, Wills, me, Jack Fury, Libiath is in, Borky, Outlaw, and Stiggy. I am going to need to bring up my spreadsheet because I think funk. Registered races is what I want. Oh, good. All good, all good, all good, all good. Right, yep, all good. Everything's all hunky-dory. Minimize that. Let's get this one underway in just a moment. Right, here we go. Stiggy, are you joining? Are you ticking in? Let Let me just see if Stiggy's ticking in. I'll give him a minute and then we'll go. If he's not ticked in by 11, we're going. He's in. Let's go. Let's go. Anybody else who joins us now, it's too late. It's too late. We've got 12 runners, which is rather nice for this time in the evening. So this one's going to be a fairly quick one, around 6 laps here. We're doing the reverse configuration, which I quite like, but it does catch you out, as I've found. So hopefully, I need somebody to chase. But alas, I've gone out first. And then we're doing Fisherman's Ranch around the dirt. 3 laps around there. It's going to be a fun race for those that are in there. Going to be a hard one, I have a feeling. There goes Wills. I've got somebody to chase. Trying to get the power off the on the apex of that one. Probably ought to come out in second, I guess, rather than first, to reduce the wheel spin. Oh, I followed Ollie off. Followed Ollie off there. That wasn't clever. Need to go deeper and V that more, I think. All the time. Oh, again, I need to go deeper into that. Ugh. Good evening, Danik. Danik. veer. Didn't quite veer enough. But better. See what happens when you apply what Jack tells you, Mitchell Morgan. You find half a second. Must remember what you're taught. Must apply what you're taught. Must try harder. Oh, Paul, thank you. He says, these streams you do deserve a lot more views and likes. They are brilliant to watch. Oh, mate, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's really nice. Thank you. And thank you for popping in. And I assume you smacked the like button. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just stream so that people, you know, we've got the chat that people can apologise in. I can talk to people, instruct people. It's more about just racing with the guys, if I'm honest. The streaming for the lobbies almost becomes secondary. Obviously, the streaming when I'm doing my dailies is a bit different. But for these are where I just, you know, the dailies I put myself under stress and I try really hard. In these races, I just come out to enjoy myself at the end of the day. But thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Oh, Dan had some 4 plates of food and dessert. Oh my gosh. You've heard it here first, my friends. Gamer Dan, who is now only in 6th position, 1 second away from Ollie, which is unusual. We now know why. He's carrying extra ballast. My friend, you need to go and dump some of it down the loo. Oh, don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. I can't laugh tonight. Please don't make me laugh. Ollie is your winner. Dan, oh, no, he's not the winner. He's going to be leading us away with Danny C on the far on the front row. Look at that, Borky. I said to you, Borky is getting quick. He's in 3rd with Wheels Racing. That's amazing, my friend. Wow. Greg White in 5th with Dan in 6th. I got 7th with number 1 alongside me. Then we got Libyath and Stiggy just behind. And then Drac Fury and Drac Fury and Jack Kobe at the back there. But I'm loving that. Borky up there in 3rd. That is so good, my friend. Oh, do you know what? I was only just earlier, just a few minutes ago, messaged Borky, I think, to say that he was going to be up there racing with Hulky and me and mid-pack. Well, I think he's just blown that out of the water because he's now racing up the front with the fast boys. He's up there with the best of the best. God, Hulky, Mitch, you're going to need to step it up a bit, guys. We're both going to have to step it up a bit, I think. I've got my sights on Borky in this one. Don't know if I'll get anywhere close, but we'll give it our best shot. Right, Mitchell, don't career into everybody into the first one. Oh, this is going to be a little bit iffy through here. Trying to apply what Jack said about getting the power down out of the corners on the apexes. Got Greg behind me. Greg behind me yesterday, and I threw it all away, and I've gone in too deep there. Nearly clobbered Borky on the way through. Those third through there, 'cause I keep getting out onto the grass through that corner. I went a slightly long way round there. That was like going to Dover via Paris, that was. This brake pedal I've got set up differently for this one. It's driving me nuts. So I can't brake as hard. Borky's still going well in second. He's mixing it with two of our top racers. Ollie and Greg, super quick. Where's Kobe? Number one Pops is no slouch in this car either. He is very quick and always there or thereabouts in the GR4s. Bit too deep there. Still pressurising Borky, but Borky's soaking up the power beautifully. Ollie out front by some margin. We've just gone nearly half a second quicker, which is good. Oh, caught the curb there. You can ride the sausage, but only if you get it right. If you don't, it can upset the balance of the car badly and you're in trouble. Good, kept out the grass that time. We're 3.4 behind Ollie at the moment, who is quite a fair way out in front. Greg and Borky just in front of me now. We had a better corner through there. Much better. Managed to close up. Number two. Take it easy, don't overdo it through here. He says going wide again. wimped out a bit there. Should have followed Borky through closer. Where's number one? Number one's keeping Jack behind at the moment, I think. Borky's just clinging onto the back of Greg, sorry, who's just gone wide. We'll capitalise on that, thank you very much. Get it rotated before you accelerate, Mitch. Go deep. V it. Oh, too deep. Oh, he's right there. He's got the slip. He's going to go for the inside. I want to go deep. Oh, I thought I was going to just manage to stay ahead. Couldn't quite do it. I've gone too deep. I've gone too deep again. One eye on the radar at the moment. Borky, my friend. Yes. Absolutely brilliant. Whoa! My gosh. Woo! That was brilliant. Wow. My gosh. Oh, my head is exploding now. Oh. That's my one. That's my one and only race tonight, I'm afraid, guys. Oh, wow. You know what? That was thoroughly enjoyable. Thoroughly enjoyable, that was. Oh, man alive. I want to do that all night long, but I cannot, I dare not, and I'm not going to be pushed into it, guys, I'm afraid. Oh, so nice to see different people in different places in that one. I was really thought that Jack Kobe was going to be coming through and Dan was going to be coming through from the back there, and I one eye on number one as well. So for us guys to be up there with Ollie and Greg was wow, just a wow moment. Ollie was out in front with a 140.9. He had it under control all the way through, 9 seconds ahead of us. But Borky second, I got third, Greg in fourth. I know we jumbled it around at the end there, but I think that was the right and respectful thing for all three of us to do. It was spot on, and I'm more than comfortable with that. Greg White showing his skills there with a 140.415 and to take the fastest lap. Number one Pops in fifth, Jack Kobe back in sixth with Wheels Racing and Gamer Dan 7th and 8th, Danny C in 9th, Drap Fury 10th, Stiggy 11th and Libiath in 12th. Your top three is Ollie, Borky and me, although I think Greg would have been in the mix there. I think it would have probably been Ollie, Greg, Borky and me. I think. But there we go. Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. All right. Oh, okay. God, that was brilliant. That was absolutely fantastic. And I'm so glad that I did actually get to go out with Willie's new livery. I'm loving the livery that he's done on this car for me. And, well, given how that one just ran there, I might have a contender to go up against the Genesis in some races. Yeah, I can see why you guys are liking this car so much, and why several of you asked for me to do a Friday night special on this particular car. So for the rest of the night, everybody, I am going to be commentating. You're going to have to forgive me if I don't get overly excited. I need to keep relaxed and calm, because if I do get too excitable, then I get pains in my head. And the other thing as well is my commentary might not be... Why is nobody joining this one? Dirt Tyres. Have I got the tyre? What? Why is nobody in it? What? You can't use dirt tyres on this car. That's absolutely pants. That's absolutely pants. Nobody would have dreamt of that, would they? Well, at least I didn't. I can't even filter by category. We're going Group B cars, guys. Group B cars, please. Yeah, but Tom, it's only a GR4 car. I thought we'd be able to put dirt tyres on that. That means we won't be able to use it around Lake Louise either if we wanted to. Well, unfortunately, then we're having to break the format for today. Have you seen what Jack Kobe's jumped in? Have you seen what Jack Kobe's jumped in? He's jumped into the Mini Cooper. Oh, number one Pops told me he was going to go in an ice cream van. What's happened to the ice cream van? What has happened to the ice cream van? I want to know. I want to know. Right, this one I'm going straight into the race, and I'm going to be starting this one at when should we start this? I'm going to go 37. So just a couple of minutes. Well, Jack Kobe and Gamer Dan have jumped out. Looks like Jack Kobe's going for a different car. So we've got Jack Kobe is in the Focus. And we've got Greg White is in the Focus. Danny C's gone for the Lancer Evolution. Gamer Dan will be starting in the Genesis. Group B. Wills is in that awesome Audi Sport Quattro. The classic, the iconic, the amazing Pikes Peak vehicle. Ollie's jumped into the Genesis. Libiath is in the... is that the Toyota 86? I think it is, isn't it? Borky's in the Genesis. Number 1 Pops has gone for the Focus. Stiggy is in the Delta. I love that Delta. Not sure it's going to be quick enough around here, if I'm honest. I'm not sure. Drak Fury's just jumped into the Quattro as well. So we have got 12 runners in this one. We're going to be getting going in just a moment. So we've got Jacoby, Greg.x, Danny C, Gamer Dan, Ollie, Wills, Drak Fury, Libiath, Borky, number 1 Stiggy. Normal PSR rules apply, but if you do bump somebody, there's no need to stop in this one, because you know there's going to be bumping in this. There's nothing that you can do about it on a rally. So obviously, if you do completely crash somebody out and completely wreck them, then I would say please do the right thing. But otherwise, there is going to be heavier than normal bumping in this. It's going to be a little bit more than just rubbing. There's going to be a few bumpers dented. There's going to be a few doors dented. There could be a few wing mirrors left around the track and the like. So just please bear that one in mind, guys. It's always the same with these rally ones. Always very, very difficult. But it's going to be Jacoby that is going to lead us away with Greg.x. Oh, Greg.x has joined the police force. So it's not only number 1 Pops that has joined the police force this week. Greg.x has also got in on the action. Oh, there's one of the Audis getting a false start, I think, at the back there. Not quite sure who that was. And it's going to be difficult to tell as we go away in a blaze of dust. And everybody very, very close together. Jacoby hitting the front at the moment. But that could all change as we go through the first few corners. And we've got Jacoby first, Greg.x second, Danny in third at the moment. But as you can see, for third place, it really is a battle of 4 cars. And we get 2 into each other there. I'm not sure who that was. It was one of the Audis. Oh, there was 2 cars that pinned each other up against the barrier there big time. Everybody clunking the barrier as we get outlaw number 1 Pops is going around. Wheels Racing involved with that one. Borky's involved with that. Greg was involved with that. Oh, everybody involved with that little incident back there. And that has enabled Drak Fury, who managed to escape all of the grief. He's got a 4-second penalty, but he's managed to hit the front ahead of Jacoby, who is just tight behind. So Drak Fury really got the measure of that Audi and managed to get a brilliant little run through there, completely sideways across the front of Jacoby there. If I'm not mistaken, it almost looked like the Audi went across Jacoby's bonnet there to land up against the side of the track. So he has got the 4-second penalty. It's going to hurt like crazy when they get there. But you can see that Drak Fury and Danny and Jacoby all swapping places here at the moment. There's no point in me calling them out because they're just swapping places left, right and centre. And, well, look, just see the power of that Audi. Do you know what? When he gets behind you, I think that big scoop just scoops you up out the way. It says, oi, come on, out the way. Move, move. Coming through. Oh, Drak Fury just catching the side of the barrier there as he went through there, but managing to gather that up quite nicely. He has still got that humongous penalty to deal with. But you can see how the short wheelbase Audi, or as he gets caught up on the wall there, that's going to cost him bad. But I was just about to say that short wheelbase Audi really does turn on a dime. It was sort of one of the brilliant things of the day, just to bring those 2 wheels so close together, and you can like turn it around on a sixpence if you knew what you were doing. As they go over the jump, oh, Drak Fury almost jumps into the back of Jacoby there. He pushes him into that corner. Oh, that's unsettled his car. I think that's cost him a few places. A few more bumps and scrapes through there. That Audi's going to be looking very, very respectful at the end. Oh, heavily into the barrier. I thought he was going to take Danny C out there. I think he did actually compromise Danny C slightly, but Danny's still going. He's up the inside. Can he get through? I'm not quite sure. Up front, it is Jacoby by 1.5 seconds. And Drak Fury, 1 second back to Danny, who is 0.7 ahead. No, he's not. He's now in front of Ollie, who is just ahead of Drak Fury, who is a 2.5 ahead of number 1 Pops, who is recovering. Gamer Dan is back in 6th at the moment, with Stiggy some little way back. Libiath, Greg.x, Borky and Wills a little bit further back at the moment. And that is no slight on anybody at the back, because I can promise you, if I was doing this, I'd be about 1.5 minutes behind everybody by now. I really cannot race on gravel, and it's just amazing to watch these guys going at it on the gravel, just riding on board with Jack Kobe at the moment out front. He's 4.7 seconds out front at the moment. Now, I often go on to the replays to watch Jack around here like I used to with Ninja when he used to race with us, and a certain young lady whose name escapes me right now, and I used to go on board and watch those two racing, and they just like bury the throttle all the time. They're like on the throttle all of the time, and also, you know, staying in the higher gear. I try to emulate this, but I just turn it round. I don't have the car control that these guys have. But just look at this. Look at the car control. You know, turning way before the corner, just letting the car slide through. It makes your eyes go funny. A joy to watch. Look, looking at the barrier as he goes through there sideways, turning super duper duper early. Well, the back end just sliding backwards ever so slightly there. See that one? He's only halfway down the straight and he's turning. Jack Fury will no doubt be doing the same. We'll watch him go through here. Look at this. I don't think Jack Fury knows how to go in a straight line around here in this car. I think there's only one way, and that's sideways. There we go, sideways, sideways. Oh, a little bit of forward motion there. Oh, he's going straight for... Oh, my gosh! Wowza. Whoa, caught up on the barrier there, but that's going to sling the back end round quite nicely for this one. Oh, he's full into 90 degrees on the barrier there, but he gets it, keeps it sliding, keeps it going. You can see Jack Kobe just up ahead. Another big old slide through there. Number one Pops has made a great recovery. He's right up with Jack Kobe now. And Danny C is only 1.4 off the back of these as we go over the jump. But number one Pops has just come from nowhere in this. He absolutely got his got the bit between his teeth, and he's going well. He's got a line up the inside of Drac Fury through here, possibly. Drac goes really sideways. Number one keeping it a little bit straighter, being able to get on the power a little bit earlier. He gets it beautifully turned for that corner, and he gets that move done to get into first place and gap Drac by nearly half a second in the process. But Drac, we know, is quick. I've got Jack and Drac. I'm struggling with those two names at the moment, I tell you. But Jack Kobe is out front by 4 seconds. Number one Pops has recovered massively and absolutely brilliantly to be nearly a second ahead of Drac Fury. We're on board with number one, who's closing up on Jack Kobe. He's setting purple sectors now. Oh, I want to go and watch this from the outside. This is just amazing. He's in the Focus. Drac Fury just behind in the Audi. I love the Focus rally car. It really is a superb bit of kit. 3 laps on this one. We've got about 3/4 of a lap to run. So still quite a fair old way to go. But you can just see the control that number one Pops has got through here. He's keeping it out of the barriers. Using the middle of the track. The shortest way around. Just behind you can see Danny C and Drac Fury. Both locked together. Ollie just chasing down behind, but number one Pops, look at that, inch perfect as he gets the nose around that barrier there to get onto the back of Jack Kobe. Just 0.7 of a second now, down to 0.4. Number one Pops eating up Jack Kobe, and he absolutely swallows him for breakfast there. Beautiful move to get past Jack Kobe. I think that we are going to be in for a treat here. Look at the overhead shots. Amazing. Look at that car control. It's like synchronized sliding with those two. We've got 3 behind, but I tell you what, this is game on. This is game on. This was number one Pops' race. He was the one that asked for this one tonight. And now we know why. He's absolutely on it. Jack Kobe's not giving up though. He's 0.8 of a second behind. Closing slightly. The guy's not trying to get too much air over the jumps. They can get the wheels back on the gravel and try and get the power down quickly as we're coming into the closing stages of this one. They're still synchronized sliding, Jack Kobe and number one. It's like watching a couple of professionals around, you know, when they do those little rally cross thingies on the TV. It's just like watching them at the moment. Danny C and Drat Fury, they're doing the same. Look, synchronized sliding those guys through there, both together. Look at this. Danny C and Drat Fury, they're going to come over the jump almost together. Oh, Danny just getting into the barrier there. Oh, that's a shame. I jumped on board with them, and Danny just losing out slightly there. But the same cannot be said for the two guys up front. We have got 0.4 of a second between these two. Even the camera, they're so close together, is barely managing to pick these two guys up when we get in the close ones. Both of them over the jump together, no problems, no issues. We've got one corner, then we've got one more after this one, and we're going to be a drag to the line. Can Jacoby do anything about it? It's 0.4 of a second, it's 0.5, it's 0.4, it's still 0.4, it's 0.5, it's 0.5 as we go across the line. What an amazing, amazing spectacle from Jacoby, and number one pops there. We've got Drat Fury comes across just ahead of Gamer Dan. Ollie in a little bit of no man's land. He's 14 seconds ahead of Stiggy, who is still going very, very well. Some lovely sliding, showing some equally good car control. Looking absolutely beautiful. He comes across the line. They've got Libiath. We just join in mid-air as he goes across that jump. Getting the back end of the Toyota sliding around the penultimate corner. He's then got the right-hander again, another beautiful four-wheel slide, beautiful car control, and he's going to come across the line to take 7th. Then a little bit further back, we've got the Gamer Dan, Borky, Greg White, all locked together pretty closely. Dan finding time to flash the lights. Oh, Borky just going a little bit wide there. The police car splits the two Hyundais. No, he doesn't. I think Borky's just found his way back through. The two teammates running together, 8th and 9th. Wow, Borky with a big old slide there. He got it sideways into the barrier. That was a bit of a shame. We got Gamer Dan is going to be coming around the last couple of corners. He's got Greg White tight behind him. Gamer Dan respectively. I know what he's doing. He's waiting for his mate. They've been running together. They do come around the last corner. The police car waggling its back end. 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Wheels Racing just popping it in there. Just taking advantage of Gamer Dan and Borky. Oh, wow. Loving it. But what a treat out front. Oh, my word, guys. That is a masterpiece of driving from number one Pops and Jacoby out front. Pretty much as good as Drat Fury and my brain. Who was it behind? I can't think. Come on, Mitchell. Put your brain in gear. I can't think who it was. I've lost the name of the fourth racer. Gone out my head. We'll have a look in a minute. It was the two up front and the two behind. Absolutely amazing racing, sliding together. Danny C, of course. Danny C. Sorry, mate. I apologise. My brain is really not functioning right now. But phenomenal with you two as well. Back in 3rd and 4th. Lovely treat. So Outlaw number one Pops was first with a 3:05.787. That was his race tonight. And he has shown that he is the king of the dirt at the moment. Jacoby in 2nd place with a 3:09.996. And Drat Fury, I don't think he had that Pikes Peak Audi going forwards very, very often in that one. It seemed to be sideways all the time, but he did it to come home in 3rd to get that 3rd podium space with a 3:11.005. Danny C in 4th, Ollie 5th, Stiggy 6th, Libiath 7th, Greg White, Wills, Dan and Borky at the back of the field there, running pretty much together. But your top 3, number one Pops, Jacoby and Drat Fury. And if you like your rally, then I think that is one to probably watch back. I've saved the replay, PSR, you'll be able to find it. But I think that really, really is a race and a half to watch back. I will probably watch those two guys as a replay just to look at their car control and try and learn what I can. That was amazing. Drak Fury giving the kudos symbol, or the okay symbol, or the nice one to Danny C. Looks like they were really enjoying themselves together. Danny C, what a great 360 off the wall there, Drak. Tom saying, well done, Outlaw Pops. Nice rallying, Mr. Kobe. And Jack Kobe saying that was like Tokyo Drift, Pops. It was amazing to watch. It was absolutely incredible to watch. The two of them were just sliding. Sorry, Jack, let's put the qualifying on. Just sliding together. You know, how those guys can do that. It's like you've got one on the left and one on the right through one corner. Then they turn for the next one. And then they're the other way around. And then they're the other way around. And they're not hitting each other off. How do they do that? I mean, I said at the beginning, it's going to be bumpy. It's going to be crashy. There's going to be people hitting each other. But towards the end there, those guys were going side by side through those corners and not taking each other out. I'm in speechless. I'm in awe of those guys, and it never fails to amaze me. And I say it all the time, and it shouldn't amaze me because I see it so often when I do these commentaries, which I love doing. I love doing these commentaries. But when I'm doing these commentaries, you see it so often. Where people are nose to tail, they're going through corners side by side. We're probably going to see some of this in this one, but to see that on the dirt where the car controller's got to be at an whole new level it just blows my mind. It blows my mind. It really does. Really does. Very special. Very special to see. And you know, people pay good money. They pay good money to see that in real life, and we're seeing it in a sim racing game. Got Ollie and Jack. These two guys go back, ex-teammates. Ollie has found just a whole new level of performance recently, dominating a number of our track races, and it's been really interesting to see the progression of people over the last year or so. I've taken to looking back at some of the old streams, which I tend to do from time to time, and just to see where people were and where they are now, and just absolutely phenomenal to see how some people have just I don't know what the word is. I don't know where they get the speed from. They're just constantly getting better and better, and it almost seems to be the better some people are getting, the better others are having to do to keep up. I'm finding the same. You know, Hulky and I, like guys with Jenky when he used to race with us, and a few others, but Hulky in particular, he and I have been at the same level, and then Hulky takes a step forward, and then I try and take a step forward, and then he takes a step forward. And I mean, it's just like last night was amazing at that race at Le Mans. Yes, we both threw it away, unfortunately, which was real shame. But you know, that early part of that race was just incredible. It really was. Right, okay, we are going to get ready to go. We got Jack Kobe, Greg White, Danny C, Gamer Dan, Ollie, Drak Fury, Libiath, Borky, number one. We've got M33 FDY is in, and Stiggy. I'm going to get this one underway. So let's start the qualifying. I will have to just check. Is M33 new? I thought M32 was registered, but I'm not seeing them. I'm going to put him on the taster list. But I got a funny feeling that I'm going to get shouted at. So... M33 FDY. I've got a funny feeling that this is going to be a name issue that I've got in my system. Now he's probably going to shout at me and say, I'm already registered. Because I'm pretty sure that he is, but I haven't got him on my list anywhere. Right, so here we go. We are coming round towards the end of the lap. We've got somebody sitting in the pits at the moment. Not quite sure who. Oh, Drac Fury's in the pits. I hope Drac's okay. He's sitting in the pits and not qualifying for the moment. I'm hoping he's just putting the kids to bed. I'm hoping he's putting the twins to bed. That's my hope. I hope everything's all okay. Danny C with a very, very, very unusual livery. That's like one of those liveries they put on cars so that the photographers can't get the proper images. I don't think it ever really works. Very psychedelic, I think, is the word I'm looking for. M33 FDY. He's running around in ninth. I just saw he just said that he raced the other night, which I didn't put in my list. That would have been on a public night. We're actually on a registered racers night tonight, rather than a public. So he will need to. He'll be fine for this one, but he will need to register for a future night. He's messaged me on YouTube. Have a little look. Has he messaged me tonight or messaged me the other day? Ollie says, thanks Mitch, I've been getting quicker just to beat you. Yeah, you don't need to do that, my friend. You were quick enough already. You were quick enough already. Sorry, just a little bit of admin needed there for the moment. Don't quite know how the laps are falling at the moment. We've got Jack Kobe. I mean, his out lap was a 2:19, but I don't know quite what we're going to be getting as far as the actual qualifier is concerned. I can't remember if I set it up as a 5 or a 10-minute quali, so they might only get one lap of quali in, or it might not even get one lap of quali. I might have. We'll have to see. So I think I set this one up. Okay, they are going to get it. So 2:31.9. Oh, look at this. Wills a 2:31.953. Gamer Dan a 2:31.996. That is 0.04 of a second between those two, but Greg White has just gone fastest with a 2:39.62. Stiggy's popped it in second with a 2:31.887. There is 1 second covering the top four at the moment. That's amazing. 2 seconds covering the top six on a 2.5 minute lap. That is incredible. We're going to be in for a good one, my friends. We are going to be in for a good one. I hope that Gr.x is okay. I hope he's all right. Just put a little note out there. I'm hoping he's all right. He's been in the pits all the way through this one. He'll obviously be ready to race, but oh, Ollie got a penalty and a phone call during his lap. Well, you've got your work cut out now, my friend. You've got your work cut out. You're starting 7th. You've got some quick guys ahead of you. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be fun. Drat Fury is in. And Richard said... sorry, D. Richardson says, these cars are like boots. I don't know whether I like this or not yet, this particular car. It's a little bit... Yeah, I haven't quite clicked with it. Anyway, we've got Greg White and Danny are going to be leading us away. We've then got Wills and Gamer Dan on row number 2. Row number 3 will be Libiath and Ollie. M33 and number 1 Pops just behind. Then we've got Borky, Jacoby, Drat Fury off the back. And unfortunately, we've just lost Stiggy for some reason. I'm not hearing anything from Gr.x, so I'm afraid I'm going to get this one underway at the end of the qualifying, which is coming up for 3, 2, 1 now. So I'll just give him a moment. Hopefully, I was hoping that Gr.x was just away doing something with the kids. So what we'll do is we'll start the race here at 04. No, we won't. 05. So in 1 minute, we'll get going. So, Gamer Dan calling Jacoby mad. What's all that about? What's all that about? Jacoby saying, what? What is going on? I know that that is in good part. I know that there's nothing to worry about there, but Borky, oh, Borky saying to Jacoby, I saw that. What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh, Gamer Dan says no time. Exactly, because we're going to be going racing very, very, very soon. As soon as we hit 5 past and I'm ready to get going, we are going to be racing around Spa in the sunshine. I hope the guys have looked at the setup for this one and for what's coming. Was this the one that I played around with? I can't remember. It's too late to tell now. Let's see what happens. Let's see how things go. Right, so Ollie is potentially out of position. We've got Greg White is going to be leading us away. Danny C. Obviously, a drag down into the first corner. The guys are going to have to watch themselves through the first corner. Hopefully, everybody will get through it okay. We are up to 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are racing at Spa Francorchamps. We're going to be around the Ardennes Forest. We're going to be out onto the outside of the track as well. The outside of the forest, I should say. There could be some moisture coming in this one, which could mix things up a little bit. And I tell you what, when it rains in the Ardennes Forest, the rain, the water gathers around that part of the track, and it can really, really make things interesting. Unfortunately, I've never seen Gran Turismo or any sim racing game really model that very well, where you've got a wet and a dry part of the track. Does happen, but not very often. I haven't seen it in the longest time. Whether we're going to get a little bit of that tonight or not, I don't know. But again, I can't remember what weather conditions I set. So I only did it a few hours ago, but I've forgotten already. But we'll see. Gr.x has hit the front. He's half a second. Oh, Danny C with a big old jump across the curb. How on earth he held that as he put two wheels onto the Astro, I really haven't got a clue. That has let Gamer Dan and Wheels through, as Danny, I think, is just trying to recover for that. But Danny's got the inside into this corner. Just needs to tuck in behind Wheels Racing. We've got a car going wide there. Not quite. I think that was number one that was going just a tad wide through that corner. Somebody, Libiath, has picked up a half-second penalty. Not sure how the penalties are stacking up. Gr.x is fine. Dan, Wheels and Danny are all fine. We've got Libiath with a penalty. Ollie's good. Number one, Pops is fine. Jacoby, Drap Fury is fine. M33 is fine. Borky's picked up a half-second. So we've got two with half-second penalties at the moment. That could upset the apple cart just a little bit. But we've got Gr.x out front at the moment, but Gamer Dan has got Wheels Racing all over the back of him, and Danny C is trying to recover that back as well. Wheels Racing urging Gamer Dan on as we head down into this fast left-hander, as we head down towards the final chicane, the final couple of corners where you can make and lose time massively depending on how brave you are. It's going to be interesting. These three guys close together. Danny C taking a quick look. Gamer Dan taking the conservative line. Wheels also taking the conservative line. But Danny looking for a good way through. Danny was slightly quicker there. A little bit of a nudge, I think, on Wheels Racing to say, come on, get a move on. That's dropped him back ever so slightly into the clutches of Ollie, who is now right on the back of this little group of four cars as we go into the first corner. Hopefully it is all going to be clean and tidy. It's Gr.x out front. And then it is anybody's race between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars, I think, as we head down. And then we're going to go up through a Rouge, over the top, onto the Camel Straight, where the slipstreaming will come into play. Are people going to bump draft? Are people going to work together? They need to, because they do need to get caught up with Gr.x. Greg is 1.3 seconds out front at the moment, and everything under control. Gamer Dan possibly not with the benefit of slipstream. And Wheels makes a move on Danny. Danny holding the inside line there. Can Danny hold that? He can't. He needs to just tuck in behind Wheels Racing. So rubbing is racing. That was fair. The door was open. He put the car in there. He made the corner. It was all good. It was all tidy. Wow, really hard racing from these guys. They're really not leaving anything to chance. They're not leaving anything on the table. It's respectful, it's clean, it's tidy. There is some paint swapping going on, but it's all good, and this is what we love. Wheels Racing sizing up Gamer Dan as we go through here, but Gamer Dan absolutely inch perfect as we go through these corners. We have got a Danny C with a penalty. That's going to be a shame, because that's going to spoil the four there. But that's going to drop him back into the clutches of Libiath, Jacoby and number one that are going strong. Can Jacoby do anything about Libiath to try and get past and get onto the back of the cars in front, as Ollie and Danny C having a good old battle as well? Ollie will get that place, but he can see Libiath and Jacoby closing fast. So he's going to want to make sure that move is done. Danny C now just dropping back with the penalty. The penalty is spent, so now they will be able to get back onto it. But look how close these three are. Ollie, Libiath and Jacoby right on it. Now, Jack and Ollie very often will be racing together. Libiath not quite so much, and unfortunately Libiath just getting caught out there. Libiath doesn't race with us very often, but very respectful racer, and hopefully Libiath will be able to get onto the back of Jacoby and Ollie and resume what was looking like an absolutely barnstorming race. But Danny C and number one Pops are very close together. So Greg White out front by 2.6 seconds at the moment. We're just watching him in the Hankook car going absolutely beautifully down the Camel Straight. You can see the lead that he's got to the cars behind, but he will not have any benefit of slipstream, no bump drafting, nobody to work with. So he's got to make every single one of these corners matter, get perfect corner, perfect acceleration, and try and maintain that gap to the cars behind, which is currently 2.3, 2.4 seconds. And he's doing an amazing job at the moment, while Wills and Gamer Dan are probably going to be working together. Wills racing with Ingram in the window. Ingram's super good in the Hyundais, in the BTCC. I think he was in the Hyundais. Yeah, Ingram absolutely amazing. I tend to follow the BMWs as you can probably imagine. So I'm always willing them to get past Ingram, but at the moment I'm willing Wills to get onto the back of Greg White. But behind him there is a tumultuous battle going on between Gamer Dan, Ollie and Jack Kobe. These three absolutely locked together. I tell you what, if you're a recovery department, you'd have trouble to get a tow rope between the three of them. It certainly wouldn't be tight, because they are absolutely pushing each other. I'm wondering if I'm just wondering if they're going to work together, or whether one of them is going to make a break. We're on lap 3 of 6, so we've got quite a fair way to go. Longish race, this one. A lot of corners, a lot of technical nature as Ollie goes a little bit wide there. We still him off the track. Jack Kobe will have seen that. I think he did gather it up okay. He's got the inside for the chicane. Jack Kobe taking the wider line, trying to get the switch back. Couldn't quite get through there, but may well have just given Ollie a slight little nudge to get him onto the back of Gamer Dan. So I think that Jack Kobe working with Ollie at the moment to keep these three very close together. Got a beautiful view of all of the cars and the positions at the moment. Greg White out front still by 1.6 seconds. Wills is 1.2 ahead of Gamer Dan. And obviously we know that Dan, Ollie and Kobe are locked together. If these three can work together, they might be able to get up onto the back of Wills. And then it's going to become a 4-car battle for the podium. And we will be in for a grandstand finish. Ollie just going a little bit wide on that corner. Is he looking for a way through on Gamer Dan? Potentially. I think he might have just got through as the rain just starts to fall. This is going to be very interesting. Wills with all 4 wheels off the ground as he goes over that curb. We could just see behind it is Ollie, Jack Kobe and Dan. Dan just losing out on the slippery stuff just for the moment. And this is going to get very interesting now. Not quite sure what the weather is doing. We haven't got anybody. Have we got anybody with a weather map up? We haven't. Most of them have got track maps up. We've got Drac Fury is in the pits at the moment, so I hope that Drac is okay. Drac Fury, Bob should be on. I'm hoping Bob is on. It will be off for the next one, but it should be on. The rain is coming down now. It's coming down quite hard. Now, these guys are going to be on racing soft tyres. Did they check the weather conditions before they started? Do they come in? Or do they stay out? Ollie going deep into that corner. Jack just trying to find a way around the back there. Can't quite manage. He's right on the back. Gamer Dan just off the back of this group at the moment. So potentially we might be seeing those that are good in the wet, opposed to those that are a little bit more cautious on the wet tyres. At the moment, Greg has lost out to Wills. Wills has closed up to 1 second. Wills with a much better line there. Greg went ever so slightly wide into that corner. We're coming down into the chicane to start the 5th lap, and it has really closed up. Wills just going ever so slightly wide on the exit there. That's going to give Greg White a couple of tenths back. I think it's not even that, it's hundredths. So Wills okay, but not managing to close up on Greg White. In fact, Greg just finding a tenth or two as Wills has to run the yellow sausage there. to get his car rotated. He's picked up a half-second penalty. I did wonder, he went ever so slightly wide. That's a real shame because Wills has been running really well in this. Unfortunately, track limits once again is going to play a big part in this, and it's going to play into the hands of Ollie and Jack Kobe. Jack Kobe going for a move around the outside as we go down the Camel Straight. He's broken the toe. He's going to try. Oh, he's actually got a past. Wow, he must have got a brilliant exit out of Eau Rouge. We missed that, but he does go into the chicane in front. Ollie tucking in behind. Ollie with a really nice line through there, picking up those apexes beautifully. He's following Jack Kobe through. So it is now Gr.x from Wills Racing, from Jack Kobe, Ollie, and Gamer Dan is still in contention. He's just 1.7 behind. The damp conditions not favouring Dan quite as much as the two guys in front, and Jack Kobe favouring them more than anybody else at the moment. He's right on the back of Wills Racing now. So this is all changing towards the end of the race. We've got one lap after this one, but we have got a technical section to work through, and Wills Racing unfortunately is going to be getting that half-second penalty. Jack Kobe pushing Wills to try and gap Ollie, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep Wills ahead of Ollie. I think Ollie is going to get that position. Oh, but Ollie going really wide. He's onto the gravel, and Jack Kobe with two wheels on the grass and a sideways moment too. The two guys, Ollie and Jack Kobe, still pushing really hard. And I tell you what, Wills Racing looking really balanced through there. He lets Jack through as he comes up to serve his penalty. He's respectfully pulled over to the left-hand side. He tucks in to try and pick up the slipstream from Jack Kobe. As is that enough to keep him ahead of Ollie? Not quite. And we've still got some moisture around this side of the track. I'd love the track gauge is showing that it is a dry track now, so there shouldn't be any damp concerns. But Jack Kobe closed up massively on Gr.x as we go across the line to start the final lap. 6 of 6. Can Greg keep it together and keep it out front? He has been absolutely perfect out front, Gr.x, in this one, but he has now got Jack Kobe behind. He's got that Plato liveried, I think it's a Plato liveried Elantra all in his mirrors as they go up through Eau Rouge. No dramas. It looks like the track is greasy, but you can see that there is no such moisture on the track gauge unless it is not showing for us spectating. Greg and Jack just bumping each other down the Camel Straight to get themselves away from Ollie, who's 1.5 behind now. Jack Kobe looking left, he's looking right, he's absolutely not leaving anything on the table. He's trying to get the undercut, he's trying to get the overcut, he's trying to go left, he's trying to go right. He does get up the inside into the hairpin, but Gr.x is right there. Gr.x possibly with slipstream opportunities here. We can see a lot of four-wheel sliding as they try to get the car rotated and on the power as soon as they can as they come down the hill. They're going to get into the tight right-hander. How brave is everybody? Well, I think they've all been very brave through this one. The weather gauge still looking as if the track is dry, but it is looking very greasy still as we go into the right and the left. I love this little complex. Jack Kobe 0.7 out front at the moment. Jack has run an amazing race. Gr.x was out front for the longest time. My heart goes out to him to see Jack Kobe just reeling him in at that point and then just being able to find his way through. It's got to be demoralising when you've put all of those laps in just to find Jack Kobe come through and pip you at the end. But as a lot of guys say, this is what they race for. They want to beat Jack Kobe on track. When they do, it has got to be the most amazing and great feeling. But at the moment, it is going to be Jack Kobe is going to come across the line just 1 second, 1.2, 1.3 ahead of Gr.x. Gr.x is going to come ahead of Ollie, who's got Wills Racing right on his back bumper. Great racing from them all the way through. Gamer Dan just a little bit further back with Danny and Libyath crossing the line almost together. Number one Pops has got M33 right behind him. We've really not caught up with any of the guys further back because the action up front was just incredible. Borky coming across in 10th, and Drat Fury was running. He is going to be coming across in 11th position. I apologise that we weren't looking at the guys further back, but the action up front with those front runners was just immense. Absolutely incredible. Just wonderful to watch those guys go in. I said, I'm sorry I didn't drop back. I was just enjoying the racing up front so much. And still individual races further back. And sometimes I jump on board with them, and sometimes I don't want to, because some of them often say, oh, Mitchell, we're having a great race, and then you come in and mention my name, and then I drop it. And I'm thinking, no, I've just spoiled a great race for some of those guys. So I'm always a little bit minded. I keep an eye on where people are, but sometimes I want to jump in, and other times I try and stay away and just leave the guys to race. Jack Kobe just saying, think this has to be the new BTCC car. I think it will be. Pretty sure that it will be. It's an amazing bit of kit. Really, really nice. And I'll tell you, if it is, it's going to be very interesting to watch this year. Jack Kobe was your winner with a 2:32.84. Greg White just behind with a 2:34.53. And Ollie with a 2:35.68. So just 0.4 of a second, less than 0.4 of a second between the top three. Will's right in there as well. He did a 2:34.51. So cracking time there. So basically you got the top four basically half a second as far as fastest laps concerned. Absolutely amazing. Gamer Dan, I think, just losing out a little bit during the damp part of the race, but I did enjoy just throwing a little bit of weather in midway through that one. It looked exciting, it challenged the guys, but everybody seemed to step up to that. Danny C in 6th, Libiath 7th, number one Pops in 8th, and then we had M33 9th, Borky 10th, and Drat Fury in 11th. Top three for that one, Jack Kobe, Greg White and Ollie. Amazing stuff. Right, we're going to have some fun and games now. We've got a very short race. I'm going to make sure that Bop is turned off in this one. Drifting, guys. By all means, if some of you do not want to run this, I am more than happy for you to sit out and spectate. This isn't the final one, Jack. The final one is going to be Alsace Village. 6 laps. Alsace after this one. This is just a little one we put in for Drac this evening. So number one Pops chose Fisherman's. Jack Kobe asked for Spa. This one is for Drat Fury. So it's really nice that we are picking a few of the tracks that the guys have requested tonight. I do like that. So obviously nothing to worry about the weather. We've got Boost is off, Bop is off. We've got Comfort Hard Tyre. I've said they can go whatever tyres they want. No mandatory tyres on this one, and the wear etc. will be off. So I'm hoping that we're going to see some really cool drifting. Just straight into the race. I've not worried about qualifying for this one because it's just not important. This is more about the guys just showing their drifting skills in this one. Some of them may well go for a race. Some of them will be getting the back end of the car out, and we'll see how we go. Jones is just saying just on 22 laps around there in a Tune RX7. Drat Fury saying the Elantra is, you can't drift the Elantra, you can't drift it. Bop is off. Can we not drift this? Do we want to change the car? And do you want to go Eiger? Bop is on. Bop's off. I've got Bop off. Bop is off. Right, okay. Where's Iger? I've lost Iger. I can't see it for looking. There it is. Just 6 laps, Iger, and let me just take that off too. Okay, that's done that. So, right, we're going to be getting this one away very, 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 very soon. And then we'll get back to what I refer to as proper racing in just a moment. Game me down saying no. Not sure what. Jack Kobe saying, what about Gr.x? Right, as soon as everybody's in, we'll go for it. Of course, some people will just race it. They don't have to drift it. Those people that want to race this in the Elantra, I don't have a problem with that. Do not have a problem with that at all. Do not have a problem with that at all. It's going to be very interesting to see what cars are going to go around here. Just waiting for everybody to tick in and then we'll get going. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start this race. I'm going to start this one at past, regardless. So we got, oh, Jack Kobe's gone in the Muse S2000, a car that we don't see very often. Greg White is in a beat. What? What? Danny C's gone in an M3. Dan's gone in the BRZ drift car. Yes. Yes, I'm glad somebody's done it. Ollie's in the Alfa Giulia. Wills is in the Cayman. Drat Fury's in the WRX Group B. Libby has gone for a Tavcon. Oh my God, I'm going to love this. I'm not going to know where to look. Oh, my head. Don't make me laugh. Please don't make me laugh. I'm loving these car choices. I'm just not going to know where to look in this. Oh my gosh, this is going to be incredible. Stiggy's watching. This is going to be insane. Jack Kobe in the Amuse. Greg White's in a Beat. Danny's in an M3. Dan's in the drift car. Ollie's gone for an Alpha. Wheels is in the Cayman. Drat Fury's in the WRX. Libyath in a TVR Tuscan. Jonesy's in the Mustang Group B car. Borky's gone for a Group 3 car. Oh my God, he's going for a win. Number 1 Pops is in the Ottoman. Yes. What a car that is. What a car that is. And M33's gone for an M3 as well, but he's gone for the Sport Evolution. They aren't going to get to change anymore. This is going to be insane. This is going to be one that I'm probably going to save the replay for and come back to time and again just to watch all the different cars going around, because I'm not going to be able to see everybody in this. We just won't be able to see. I'm not worried about positions or anything. I'm just going to go with a complete screen. I have a funny feeling that I'm going to come back and watch this one time and time and time again, just to see all of the different cars and how they're all performing. You know, for me, it's a drift race car, and Gamer Dan is probably the only car that is the right one. But can Libiath even get that Tuscan through this first corner? He does, and he gets it sideways. The Tuscan is an absolute monster of a car. Look at that car control. Oh no, he's into the wall. He's already got some dents on it. But look at this behind. Greg White. Oh, Greg knew what he was... Well, I was going to say Greg knew what he was doing until that point, and then it all went wrong. I tell you what I am going to have to do. I am going to have to put on some details, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to catch everybody correctly. Ollie in the Alpha. Oh, we can see M33 spinning around there. Jonesy just having to miss, but Borky is flying. Borky's just, I think he's just racing. Oh, Borky turns Ollie round. Oh, I knew it was going to be manic. I knew it was going to be crazy. Hey, look, we're on board with Kobe. Kobe in the Amuse with a four-wheel slide. He's just four-wheel sliding through the corners. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, Borky boy. Oh, no. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this because I'm laughing too much. Just laughing too much. Jack Kobe, that car's looking a bit second now, my friend. Ollie's smoking the tyres on that Alpha too. Absolutely lighting them up through these corners. Oh, he nearly overcooked it there. He nearly overcooked it. Who else have we got? Borky's just enjoying himself. I tell you what, Outlaw in that Subaru is really getting... Oh, look at that. Look at that for some car control. Whoa. Oh, my word. He's in a Drift Games livery, and too right. I'm speechless. I am speechless. Do you know what? I said I was going to watch the replay over and over. Now you know why. Because I want to go and watch a few other people, but just unbelievable. Jonesy in the Mustang, just getting a big old jump over there. Oh, sideways, he gets a little bit of a spin round. Jack Kobe and Ollie both running together at the moment. Jack Kobe getting almost sideways over the jump there. Getting it big old sideways. Ollie and Jack Kobe both drifting together. Synchronized drifting. How's Drac Fury getting on? This is Drac's one. Oh, Drac into the wall and spins it around. Come on, my friend. Let's see what you can do. Oh, Libiath's just going through. Borky just behind. Drac Fury's going to go sideways, Borky. Be careful. There he goes. Drac Fury sideways. Oh, Drac into the wall again. Oh, Will's in the Cayman, heavily into the barrier there. What's Greg White doing? I tell you what, Greg's got the weirdest car, but he looks like he's having an absolute ball. We'll come back and join him in a moment. Danny C looks like he's out for a Sunday afternoon drive, although the BMW looking like it's seen better days, I have to say. Dan in the drift car. This is the one of these days I think we should get everybody in this Subaru BRZ drift car and just get everybody drifting around together. I mean, it's what it was born for. Oh, look at that. He's even trying to drift it sideways down the straight. That's dedication for you. He didn't do it very well, and he's trying to reverse into the corner. Number one Pops, I think Gamer Dan needs some drifting lessons. Gamer Dan can give out some donut lessons. It's super powerful, this BRZ. I mean, it is immensely powerful. The horsepower, if I remember rightly, is insane on it. And then it's got that really low configuration on the suspension, the wide tyres. It's all about drifting, drifting, drifting. As I said to you, just could spend all day just watching some of the guys that are going around. Number one Pops going backwards as we just join him. He's been going all sideways all the way around this track, really going well. Got Libiath is out front. He's still going in that Tuscan. He's just racing. He's lighting up the tyres though, getting plenty of tyre smoke. All round he goes. Jonesy with tyre smoke bellowing out as well. He's out front in the Mustang. So this one is more about drifting the winning, but Jonesy just trying to get the back of that Mustang out, but he just wants to grip. The grip just seems to be immense in that car, just a little bit of tyre smoke. Libiath parked up at the moment. We've got M33 in the M3. He's got Drat Fury behind. Libiath just parked up at the side of the road there for the moment. Well, I don't know. Drac and Libiath doing whatever. We'll leave them to do what they're doing, but we've got number one Pops and Gr.x. I did say that we will look at Greg. Oh, Greg is spinning it again. Number one Pops is just leaving a trail of smoke. He can't have any tread left on those rear tyres. I mean, just... I thought this Subaru was a four-wheel drive. You shouldn't be able to drift a four-wheel drive car, but number one Pops, absolutely stunning in that car. Just amazing. Hey Ollie, good afternoon, good morning. How are you doing? Thanks for popping in. Good day, mate, and chat, he says. Finally handed the keys in to the old place yesterday, so fully moved in now. Congratulations. Well done, well done, well done. Well done. Hope that it proves to be everything that you hope that it will, and hopefully you'll be settled now. Your house troubles behind you, and how on earth you stuck with all of that aggravation, I don't know, but I hope that you're having a good day, or going to have a good day. Thank you for popping in. Oh, number one, just getting into the Tuscan that have gone around there. And we've got a bit of a funny one going on at the moment. We're on the last lap, a bit of a drift one, just letting the boys let off some steam on a Friday night. Jonesy has come across to win. Borky flying around in that Group 3 car. The little Alpha, he's going to come around to take second. It isn't about where people are finishing. Ollie, I tell you what, I thought the Alpha was a very strange car, but he's had that sideways quite a lot. Really looking like he's been enjoying that car. He's going to come around to finish in third, and then we'll jump on board with Jack, who's just a little bit further back. Ollie just lighting up the tyres. So Jack Kobe in the Amuse, the S2000. Oh, look at that car control. Like I said, I'm going to look back, probably look at each of them and see how they're doing. M33 we missed. Gamer Dan just coming over the line. Libiath now. Outlaw number one Pops that treated us to a series, well, a lap, I think, that was just incredible. Danny C in the M3 is just going to come through the last few corners. I think he's just basically running in that car. Drat Fury also in the Subaru. And Wills was in the Cayman. We didn't catch up with everybody. And then probably the strangest choice for me, surprisingly, was Greg White in whatever that is. But, well, I hope you guys had some fun. I'm going to save the replay. I'll share it just for those of you that want to have a look. I'm not going to worry about positions in that one because obviously people were just having fun. And Friday night, it's all about having some fun and letting your hair down, isn't it? Drat Fury totally messed up his tune. Oh, number one pop says, why that track worst one for drifting? I changed it because I put the drifting one on for Drat Fury, and I was going to go Suzuka, you know, the little one, which I love because you got that long straight and then you got the S's, which I absolutely love watching you guys going around there, but he wanted to go Eiger. So maybe next week we'll do it again and we'll do it at Suzuka. But like I said, it was Drat Fury's race, that one, put that one on for him. So likewise, we did Spa for Jack and we did Fisherman's for number one. I'm always happy to take requests, and occasionally we do that, especially on a Friday night when we're just out to let our hair down, have some fun, enjoy some wonderful machinery. And tonight, by and large, we are enjoying the Elantra. Right, we are back to 6 laps around here. Variable time speed is quite long. It's going to be a bit overcast and random at the end, but we're in the evening, so we could get into some darkness in this one. We are back to tyre wear being 1 on 1. Mechanical damage is light. We're back in the GR4 Elantra, racing soft tyres, and BOP should be back on. It is. So we are back to the regular settings for this one. Jonesy says comfort softs and a gearbox tweak, all I did to the GRB Mustang. Paul says thanks for the stream, you're welcome my friend, thank you very much for popping and saying hello. Jack Kobe put the sport softs on the front and comforts on the back. So Jack Kobe went for a mix of tyres, that's interesting. Christine Summerson, thank you for popping in. Withdrew the message for some reason. Hope everything's all okay. Ollie was a stock alpha. It was solid at drifting, which is good. And Drat Fury just apologising to Pops. But hey, happy to do another one. I don't know what we're going to do next week. I tell you what I really do fancy. I'm going to get the race underway at 1:45 for this one. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the Discord. But I fancy another Decades Night next week. I fancy a Decades Night. And then the weekend of around about the 21st, 22nd, I will not be hosting. I'm going to be away that night. So unfortunately, I will not be able to host that Friday night. So if any of you guys want to get together and put a Friday night special together, please feel free. But unfortunately, I will not be able to do any hosting or streaming of that night. Right, we're going to be going racing at 1:45. I apologise that I'm not racing. For those of you that have tuned in and want to see me racing, I did the first one, but I have got pressure in my head again, which is not a good sign because my back is supposed to be repairing itself. I'm on a 3-month repair. I'm hoping I haven't done something. I was coughing a little bit early yesterday and my head was hurting, and I think it's a mixture of a number of things. So I am taking it very, very easy today. I'm going to see how things go. We had 2 big races this week. A 15-minute race on Wednesday and then a half-hour race yesterday. Really, I need to just be doing 15-minute races where I'm not heavily braking for long periods of time. So you're going to see a little bit of a change in what I do over the next few weeks, because I want to get myself right. I want to get myself better so I can get back to doing the daily races every day, to racing with you guys every day, and just picking the odd race to commentate on rather than all of the races. It is 1:45. We've got 14 runners. We've got Jack Kobe, Greg White, Danny C, Gamer Dan, Ollie, Wills, Drat Fury, Libiaf, Jonesy, Borky, Number One Pops, M33 and Stiggy. Let's get this one underway. And what I will say is, what I've just said about my health is I'm not looking for sympathy and violins and the like. There are a lot of people out there with a lot of health issues that are worse than mine, and my best wishes go out to all of you. I hope that those of you that are going through, you know, tough times, both health and otherwise, I hope we all have a better 2026 than it started for some of us. Talking about starting, we're going to have Jack Kobe. He's going to be leading Gr.x away on the front of the grid with Danny C and Gamer Dan behind. Then we've got Ollie and Wills, Drat Fury and Libiath. And then there will be a few guys behind Jack Kobe. I think I just saw they're pulling over to one side. He's deep into the grass to make sure that he is cleanly out of the way of everybody as we come off the grid. Oh, Gr.x taking a line through the grass as well. Clearly he thought that that needed to be trimmed, and you could see the amount of grass that was trimmed, and he's dropped right the way to the back. So we're going to have Jack Kobe and Gr.x trying to come through the field on this one, but up front it is Danny C. Danny C that's leading Ollie and Gamer Dan, who are side by side through that one, and now it's Ollie and Danny C that are side by side, and Ollie manages somehow to hit the front of the pack. But I tell you what, we've got 5, maybe 6 cars all together here, and it's going to be a few corners before they really sort themselves out. It's anybody's at the moment. Oh, Danny C just getting a little bit wide. I don't know if he was run out wide there, but Danny C just getting launched out onto the grass there. I'm hoping it wasn't a push, but he has now dropped all the way back to 6th, but still in contention. He's still right in there. Look at that, right in the middle of everything. He's already back up to 5th. We got more cars on the grass, somebody else into the barrier at the back there, but look at this. Look at how busy this is. All these cars together, they're going 2, 3 wide. We've got another one going wide there. Jack Kobe right in the middle of everything at the moment. He's just on the back of Gamer Dan. He's trying to thread a way through between Dan and the 2 Dans. Don't think he could quite get that one down. He's got past Danny C, and Borky is on a flyer here. He's got a beautiful run down the inside on Danny C. Danny C having to go a little bit wide, but he's got the inside for the next corner, but they're going to go side by side. Or Borky couldn't quite hold it together there. Danny C just closing Borky out there. Greg having a run up the inside now. So I think that Greg is potentially going to get past on Borky. That's Borky down to 9th at the moment. But I tell you what, he's going well. I'm loving the progress of Borky. He's really settled in with this new wheel and really racing well. He's got a run. Oh, I thought he was going to get a run on Gr.x there with the slip. Tell you what, he's well positioned as we go down into the bit at the bottom there. Stiggy just having to get out of there. Gr.x under pressure. He's on the gravel and the grass again. That has let Borky through, and Greg now dropping down to 10th behind Stiggy, and Outlaw is right, number 1 is right on Gr.x's bumper as well, as Stiggy just drops back behind these 2. So we got these 3 very close together. We're not looking at the guys up front. We're on mid-pack for this one. At the moment, it is Ollie out front with Wheels Racing 2nd and Jonesy in 3rd. Wow, there's loads of action going on up front. I'm just going to jump up to these little group here. We're on board with Wills that's in the middle of this pack, but we've got Jack Kobe, Drat Fury, Gamer Dan, Wheels Racing, Jonesy, Danny C, and Borky just off the back. Borky's bringing himself right into this race. We're on lap 2 of 6, long way to go. It's quite a long lap, this one. So it's a long old race. Wheels Racing trying to find a way around the outside of Jonesy and Danny C. I think he's got that done. He's got a lovely move up the inside. I don't know if that was a position move. Oh no, he's now onto the gravel. 0 to 0 on that one, unfortunately. Jonesy and Danny C, Wheels Racing, as you were. Borky right on the back. Borky with a beautiful run into there. Well, he just had to back out of that. Couldn't quite make that stick. I thought that was going to be a nice little run into the bottom of the corner. Borky possibly just getting into the side of Wheels there. Going well. He's got 3 behind. We've got Greg. Greg, what are you doing? You're doing a Mitchell. You do not need to cut all the grass. unless of course he's been awarded the grass cutting contract. But Gr.x seems to be, every time I look, Greg's cutting grass. Will's with a wheel in the gravel there as well, so he's just going to be dropping her back a little bit. Greg with another wheel in the dirt and more grass just being thrown up there. Wow, Ollie out front at the moment, 2.2 ahead of Jack Kobe, who's 4 ahead of Jonesy, who's got Danny C right on his back bumper. And then those two are being chased by 4 guys that are just locked together. Oh no, Dan gets off track just as we jump on board there. He was trying to stay tight behind Borky. He does actually manage to retain the position, but he was right off track. Stiggy having a look up the inside of Dan. I don't think Dan's got dirty tyres. And we got another car off into the gravel there. Dan just trying to hold off Stiggy around the outside now. Side by side action with these guys. Borky keeping it lovely and clean. He can see Jonesy and Danny C battling just ahead. There is an opportunity that they can close up. Danny C, Gamer Dan just getting into the side of Borky there. He respectfully drops back, and unfortunately I think he's going to lose a load of positions there. Grat Fury just slipping through. Well, we caught the back of that. I don't know whether that was more cars involved because it was very, very, very close. But Dan just doing the respectful thing, backing out, letting the guys through. He's now going to be on it. He's going to want to get on the back of Borky. For those of you who don't know, Gamer Dan and Borky were working together a while ago, and Dan was sharing a lot of his skills, a lot of his experience with Borky, and right now Borky is putting that into really good use. Gamer Dan flashing his lights as Borky, as he gets onto the back of him, just sweeps across the front of Drat Fury. So these 3 locked together at the moment. Borky soaking up the pressure really well. He's got a tighter line through there. Gamer Dan goes for the inside line. Side by side through there. I think that Borky's just gone a tad deep, which has given that one to Gamer Dan. He's going to be able to drop onto the back of Gamer Dan and use him now to try and keep up. Drat Fury is thinking, I want that place. He's pushing hard. Drat Fury in 7th, Borky in 6th, Gamer Dan 5th. We got Jonesy in 4th at the moment, and Gamer Dan is reeling Jonesy in at the moment. I say that Jonesy just goes a couple of tenths faster just to gap Dan, and as under braking, Dan closes it down. He's using all of the grass. That shows how much Dan is pushing to try and close on Jonesy. Out front, it is Ollie by 0.6 of a second, with Jack Kobe closing as we are on lap number 4 of 6, and we are coming into the closing stages. But Ollie with Jack really tight behind. Danny C still going well as night descends. I did say that I thought we were going to be going from day to night in this one. We are now getting into the night time. So now, earlier on at Spa, we had the experience of the guys going from dry to wet to dry. So we could see those guys that could handle the wet and those that struggled a little bit more. Danny C's brakes absolutely glowing as he went through there. But we're now going to see those guys that are able to dice and drive on the edge in the dark. It really is a completely different ball game when you're in the dark. Everything, in my opinion, changes, and it'll be interesting to see how this one works out. Ollie with Jack Kobe just 0.4 behind at the moment. Jack Kobe closing up to 0.2. Ollie all over the exit of the curb there as he's trying to hold Jack Kobe behind. Jack will be watching to see where a move can be made, and it looks like it might be there as they're side by side. Nothing between these two as Jack Kobe just finds his way through. Ollie now with an opportunity to follow Jack Kobe through, but he's having none of it. He's saying, you know what, Jack Kobe, you want to put a wheel in the dirt? I'm gonna punish you for that and get by. Jack Kobe says, no, you're not. I'm going to gather this up and we're going to go side by side through here. Jack Kobe just giving Ollie enough room. Ollie with the inside as we go into the right-hander. This banked curve. Ollie with a beautiful line. Jacoby with a slightly tighter line. He's going to try and get up on the inside, but he's going to be on the outside for the next. These two side by side yet again. These two racers, teammates, they know how they race. They know that they're respectful. They know that they're going to give each other room, but they're not going to give each other any more room than they need to. We're on lap number 5, and Ollie is still side by side with Jacoby. They are still pushing. There is nothing between these two. Just a little bit further back, we've got Danny just ahead of Gamer Dan, who is ahead of Jonesy now. Borky chasing down Jonesy with Stiggy behind, and M33, and then Wheels Racing. We've then got Greg White just off the back, and a little bit further back, we've got number 1 Pops, Libiath with a half-second penalty, and Drat Fury struggling at the back in this one, unfortunately. But up front, it is Ollie and Jacoby. Nothing between them again. We're talking about hundredths of a second very often as Jacoby just tries to get a wheel up the inside or around the outside of Ollie. Slight overlap on some of these corners, but Jacoby not quite being able to make the move and then pull away. Whenever he does get in front, Ollie's in a position in the next corner just to get the place back. So it really is... Oh, Ollie, no! Big sideways moment for Ollie there. Has he managed to keep his boot in? How on earth did he manage to do that? Oh, they could have been a little bit of a net code. I think there was a little bit of net code involved with that one as Jack got onto the back of Ollie. Ollie's car went sideways in the most unusual manner. I'm wondering whether that was a net code, and as I'm saying that, I think that Jacoby is potentially just letting Ollie back so that they are resuming that race. So difficult. We're seeing so many netcode issues at the moment. So many people are reporting netcode issues to me right now. It's very, very, very difficult in Gran Turismo to follow super close like these guys are doing. And those of you that don't understand netcode, because two cars can be like hundreds or thousands of miles apart as far as the servers are concerned. You know, I could be sitting in London, Ollie or Jack could be sitting in Edinburgh, and the game has got to try and balance everything and bring you two together. So very, very often as you're going through corners, the game is actually predicting what you're going to do. And if you're closing up very, very quickly on the car in front and then you decide to pull out and do an overtake, sometimes the game will predict that you've actually caught the car in front. And very often then you will see a car just nudge. I don't know what those two guys were doing there. Jacoby with a full-on whack on I think that was as they went across the line. Jacoby and Ollie, while I was talking there, and all of the other guys are coming through. Just as while I was talking about netcode. So Jacoby did get Ollie on the line. Danny C in third, and we're just watching Greg and M33 just coming through. Then we've got Drat Fury just coming through at the end, and Libiath in the pits. Libiath in the pits for some reason. Jacoby saying, did we crash, Ollie? Didn't realise we did. I don't know whether they did. It just looked a little bit netcode for me on that particular corner, Jack. But it's just, you know, Ollie's saying, did we? It's just what I seemed to see. Jacoby saying, what's this netcode then? Do you not know about netcode, Jacoby? Ollie's saying, no, we didn't. Jacoby saying, are you stirring, Morgan? It just looked, oh, maybe the commentator is, maybe I'm getting a big wooden spoon out and just mixing it up. Yeah, netcode. Ollie's front left was really, really bad. Yeah, a lot of people talking to me about netcode at the moment. A lot of people talking about netcode. Some people have seen issues and they've looked at the replay and they've been nowhere near when clearly you see another car just shoots off. I've seen it myself, and I'm very, very conscious of netcode at the moment. And it is where the game is predicting where the cars will be at any point. Dratfury is saying the track eats softs. Well, it looks like they didn't. It looks like it was all good. So maybe commentator needs to take that back. And I apologise to Jack Kobe and Ollie if I called out something. All I can do is call it out as I see it, if I'm perfectly honest. It's 11 o'clock. Do you want to do a smashy bashy? Give me a double thumbs up if you'd like to do a smashy bashy. Jack Kobe was the winner with a 203.037, an amazing race with Ollie in second with a 204.0. Danny C with a fine third with a 205.2, and it was Gamer Dan in fourth, Jonesy fifth, Stiggy sixth, Wheels Racing seventh, Greg White in eighth, M33 in ninth, number one in 10th, Borky 11th, Jack Fury in 12th, and Libyath unfortunately with a DNF. But the top three, Jack Kobe, Ollie and Danny. And again, I apologise. I thought I saw a netcode issue, but it looked like that may well not be the case. We're getting loads of... All right, okay. You're going to get me shot, guys. But we'll do it. I thought I got it set up. I'm going to do this as 5 laps, guys, because I do need to I do need some sleep. I've got to get myself right. But yeah, okay, so netcode. Basically, the way I understand netcode is that let's just let these guys know when it's going to be starting. Maybe I need to do a video on this at some point if people are not aware of it, because it is quite important. I did do a video because I got caught out with netcode. I actually punted Reese, I think it was, at Brands Hatch, and I said I was nowhere near him. He said, no, you punted me off into the gravel, and I did see him go off into the gravel, but I carried on. I didn't stop. I didn't apologise or anything, because I thought he had just gone off. I then looked at my replay, and there was a good 2 feet between us at all times. I was nowhere near him. He sent me the same clip, a still of the same point on the race, and my car was into his back bumper. Now, this was the same replay, one off of my computer, one or my PlayStation, or one off of his. Mine, a good 2 feet away. Reese, I was heavily into his bumper. He also then, I think we could see the replay or something, or I looked at the replay and I saw him go forwards, and it was netcode. Because what happened is, Reese, I don't know where Reese is. It might be in America. I'm not quite sure. Just change that back. Sorry, while I'm talking. Yeah, he's a long way away from me. And so basically what happens is his PlayStation is sending information to PD's server, wherever it is in the world. Reese's PlayStation was sending his data to the server somewhere in the world. Now, let's say we're 4,000 miles apart and the server is in London. Okay, so Reese is in America, 4,000 miles away. I'm in London, 70 miles. So theoretically, my signal is going to jump through the internet to hit the server, and it's only got 70 miles to go. Reese's signal has got 4,000 miles to go. I might be a bit extreme in this, but there we go. Theoretically, at times, the server is waiting for the information from Reese while it's processing mine. So it's got to turn around and say, okay, these two cars, once they get Reese's information, should be in this position. So that's what I'm going to show on the screen. And that's why what I saw was different to what Reese saw. The net code showed me bumping Reese off because that's what it predicted was going to happen. I was going into the corner faster than Reese was. I was therefore going to tap the back of Reese and knock him off. In actual fact, that wasn't what happened from my point of view, but netcode is netcode. It has to estimate, it has to guess where the cars are at any point on the track and try and average things out. So if you get into a situation, what time did I say we're going to start? 05. I think we've got everybody in. I'm going to get this one underway. If you are in a situation, guys, where you are following somebody and somebody like goes off in an unusual manner, you as a sim racer needs to very, very quickly make an assessment. Did it look like that person went off because I might have netcoded them? Did we bump and I felt it? Or did they go off on their own? It's an impossible question to answer. It's an impossible question to answer. But it is a factor of sim racing. Jack Kobe says, I feel like this has been one of Joe's bedtime stories narrated by Mitchell Morgan. There you go. There you go. There you go. Oh my gosh. It's all gone a bit crazy. What's going on? Do you know what? M33 is probably thinking, what on earth have I just entered into? I hope he realises this is a smashy crashy and what's going on. I really do. Because if not, he's going to have a very, very rude awakening. I think most of the other guys in here will know what this one is all about. It is a smashy crashy. You don't bump the leader. That is the one rule, and the other rule is you don't wall ride. Otherwise, anything goes. You can run the race as a proper race if you want to. You can smash into the back of people. You can turn them around. You can brake check them. You could even run this one backwards if you wanted to. Heck, people have even set up a roadblock for me when I've been a little bit further behind. Two of them have stuck the handbrake on, they've gone 90 degrees across the track, I've come around the corner and boom, there's two cars in front of you. Anything goes in this one, and it can be really, really exciting. It's almost impossible for me to commentate. I just basically go to wherever the action is, and at the moment the action really is here at the moment. As you can see, I think it was Borky just having a little nibble of number one Pops there, and number one Pops going sideways. He's into the wall. And yeah, or somebody else getting nerfed into the barrier there. Somebody's obviously out enjoying themselves. Oh, number one Pops. It's just barreled straight into the back of them there. Oh my gosh. The thing is with this, it's very hard to know whether people are doing things deliberately or not. It really is a lot of fun. But there we go. I'm done with netcode. That is my understanding of netcode and how I try and apply incidents as I see them, and it just looked like Jack Kobe was extremely close on that one, and I saw an unusual wobble from Ollie, and I called it as I saw it. That is what a commentator does. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it badly wrong. Oh, they don't call me Mitchell Murray Walker Morgan for nothing. MMMM, that's me. Murray Walker, my absolute hero. What an absolute icon of motorsport. Whoa, we've got some shenanigans going on. Look at that Napa car. It's sideways, sideways, sideways through there as it's being pushed sideways. Nobody getting pushed into the pits at the moment. I tell you what, there's not a lot of bashing and crashing going on. There's an awful lot of rubbing. But people are not really being turned around heavily at the moment. Gamer Dan out front with Jack Kobe second, Gr.x third. Outlaw number one Pops. Yeah, hello Crasher. Good evening, my friend. Good evening. Oh, big old Porky was up in the air there, just in the background, as he was jumping over one of the cones, I think. Where are we? Just a little bit further back. It's sort of settling down a little bit, this one. Boost is on, so anybody that gets turned around, they will close up. So boost is on. Oh, Will's getting roughed up there by Stiggy, I think. Jonesy's chasing down Stiggy now. The big question is, will Jonesy overtake a nice one, or will he have some fun and turn him around? No, because Jonesy's going to get into the barrier instead, which has enabled Stiggy just to get away a little bit. Where are we? Gamer Dan is... we've got Dan, Greg and Jack are absolutely on it. They're just racing for the win, I think. Jack Kobe just getting alongside Greg White. He makes the move. He doesn't try and take him out. Oh, Jack Kobe just going a little bit wide on the wall there. Gamer Dan trying to take out the cones. Dan's got his hazard lights on. Is he looking for a bump draft, or has he just got those on by accident, I wonder? Not quite sure. He's out front, and he's going to have the guys behind are going to be having the not only the slip, but also the boost. So they will be closing up. But we have got Greg and Jack Kobe just having a little nibble of each other, I think there, or was maybe not. Maybe they've just got a little bit of distance between them. I thought that Greg was just moving around a little bit. Oh, Gamer Dan tries to take out Jack Kobe as he goes past with an epic fail, I had to say. Dan, that wasn't good enough, my friend. Must try harder. Oh, big heavy into the wall there. Oh, Dan having a nibble at Greg White. He gets that one done. Squeezes Greg into the wall. Gamer Dan resumes out front with number one Pops just behind. Then we've got Libiath, Greg White, and Jack Kobe gets demoted back down to 5th. So I think there was some bumping and grinding going on into that corner. Number one Pops just into the wall. That's going to give Gamer Dan the opportunity just to pull away a little bit. So not many shenanigans going on. Quite tactical, this one, actually. People are only turning people around to make positions rather than causing absolute complete grief. But really, really closing up at the moment. Lap 3 of 5. Oh, sorry. Really closed up. Everybody's closed up now. Nothing between them. We're 2-3 wide through some of these corners. Jonesy just trying to have a little bit of a nibble with somebody there. I don't think it quite came off. We're going to be going through the double left-hander. Greg getting it heavily into the wall. 2 other guys getting it into each other. We've got a right little... Oh, number one Pops really, really sideways. Wow, what car control. That was stunning car control for number one Pops to gather that up to retain 3rd place. Yeah, down through the tunnel. Jack Kobe having a go at Libiath. Is anybody, they're all close, is anybody going to go for the pit? Is anybody going for a pit move? If they were, they fluffed it. It didn't happen. Libiath out front. Number one Pops giving them a good old bump. Don't bump the leader, guys, but I don't think that was deliberate by any stretch of the imagination, because they're so tight together, they're all bumping each other. It's going to be complete mayhem in here. We've got a couple of cars going really, really deep to take the leaders out. It's all going to be different. What is going to happen on the exit of this corner? Who is going to be out front? Who has come through unscathed? It is Greg White that has come through unscathed, with Borky right on his back bumper. Behind them, we have got pandemonium about to be unleashed, I have a feeling, because it is very, 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 very tight. Everybody's close together. Do you know what? This is one of the... Although these guys are racing and still it's a smashy, crashy and a bashing, they're not really big accidents and lots of people being turned around. Everybody's really close. This is really, really, really... This is a really good combo for this no rules race. because we got some really close racing going on with some shenanigans mixed in, but it's really cool to watch. Nobody's getting away. Dan with number one pops and Kobe getting into somebody there. I think Kobe getting roughed up. He came off worst out of that one as Borky gets into the back of Kobe, which sends him into Jonesy. Oh, Jack Kobe with a humongous lunge into there and a 360 spin. He's going to get clobbered by Jonesy, who covers him into Wills. Wills is then rubbing Jack Kobe as well. They all bunch up behind. So Jack Kobe with a mega lunge into there, and then Gamer Dan trying to put him into the wall. But Jack Kobe saw that coming and leant on him. So Gamer Dan and Jack Kobe just locked together at the moment. Is there anything else that Dan can do? We've got sparks flying left and right. We are on lap number 4. We're going to be coming across for the next one. Anybody in the pits? There's some pits going on, some pit moves going on. Did anybody get in the pits? I don't think so. I think everybody somehow managed to get through. No, Libyath got pitted. Libyath got pitted. Ollie languishing around at the back at the moment. Oh, Libyath. No, you got caught out. That's what they often try to do to me. Gamer Dan having a go at Jack Kobe, and Greg White is in the mix of this one. These three guys all having a go at each other. Whoa, Stiggy with a massive thump on the wall. He was looking to take somebody out hard there. Was that retribution for a move earlier on? Who knows? Who knows? Should we have a netcode conversation? No, not going to go there. Mitchell, shut up. Behave. Behave. Don't be naughty. We've got enough naughtiness going out on track. You don't need to mix it up. They're mixing it up well enough on track. Wheels out front now with Jack Kobe just behind. Borky in the mix. I tell you what, Borky's been there or thereabouts in a lot of the races tonight. He's having a great night, is Borky. In second place now behind Jack Kobe. We're on the final lap. Gets interesting now. How many of them are going to try and risk a punt or a bash? How many of them are going to try and stick with Jack Kobe and win? How many of them are going to work together? Well, I tell you now, Borky and Wills, no love lost. We just saw Wills barging his way through within the rules, don't get me wrong, completely within the rules. But now we've got an interesting situation because Gamer Dan is on the back of Borky. Gamer Dan and Borky often work together as we come through the final couple of corners, and then we're going to have the big run down into the start-finish straight. Wheels getting into the wall there. That's enabled Borky to get into the back of him. Gamer Dan is in the mix as well, but it is Jack Kobe from Wills, from Jonesy, from Borky, from Gamer Dan, number 1, Stiggy, and then Ollie. Those are the cars that I can see on the timing chart, but they're all very close together. Jack Kobe is out front. I don't know if he's going to get this done because the others are going to close up. It is extremely close. Everybody is together on this one. Everybody vying for a position. Jack Kobe goes for a move. Oh, it's all gone a bit crazy. We've got people in the pits. But on the line, it is Jack Kobe, Jonesy, number 1, Stiggy, Wills, finds himself in the pits. Gamer Dan finds himself in the pits. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Number 1 Pop just said it. He's just said one word. Yes. What a race. What a race. I'll share that one with you guys. What a way to finish. What a way to finish an absolutely blinding Friday night PSR special. One of the best nights I think we've had in a long time. I am going to call it a night now, guys, because I'm starting to feel very, very uncomfortable and my bed is calling. And Drat Fury says WTB Bashy Team Championship. And yeah, just Jack Kobe saying that needs to be a video. And Ollie saying thanks all. Just incredible, just brilliant. The result there, not that it matters. Jack Kobe did manage to get across first. Jonesy second. Number 1 Pops in third. Stiggy fourth. Wheels Racing and Gamer Dan finding themselves in the pits at the end there in 5th and 6th. It's all part of the fun of it. Ollie in 7th. my mate Borky, who has been right up there all night long. He got roughed up at the end to come in at 8th, but he did get the fastest lap, a 2:11.390. Yes, I know that the boost was on, but he gets the accolade for the fastest lap. M33 FDY is probably wondering what on earth has just happened. Libiath in 10th, Jack Fury in 11th, Gr.x in 12th. Like I said, it really doesn't matter where people come in this one. Jack Kobe, Jonesy, number 1 pops the top 3. Booby prize goes to Wheels Racing and Gamer Down for being pitted right at the very, very, very end. And the final accolade to Borky for final fastest lap of the evening. What a race. What a fantastic evening of racing. Thank you so much, guys. Absolutely amazing tonight. Thoroughly loved it. Sorry that I wasn't racing very much. I did do one, although I wasn't going to do any, and I enjoyed the race that I did. Thoroughly enjoyed the race that I did. I'm not going to be racing over the weekend. I'm taking a complete rest over the next couple of days so that hopefully I'll be able to get back on Monday to possibly do some daily races. I'm not sure. It depends on what the daily races are and how good they are. I'd love to be back out at Yas Marina on the Porsche. Thoroughly enjoying it. But as I said, Wednesday and Thursday took it out of me, and I do need to back off. And I'm listening to my body at the moment, as well as some of you guys, as Jack Fury says, put your feet up. A few of you have been telling me to take it easy, and I really appreciate your concern. It's very grateful for you guys that are reaching out and just watching out for me. I really appreciate it, because I do get carried away. But I will just remind you, as we go into the weekend, there are people out there with far worse problems than I've got, and my deepest thoughts and best wishes go to you. I know 1 or 2 of you that are going through absolutely difficult times at the moment, and you know, my door's always open if you want to sound off and have a chat. And otherwise, all I can do is put this on of an evening so that we can all just get away from our life's little troubles and tribulations. So I hope everybody has a cracking weekend, that it turns out to be a good one for everybody. The weather here in the UK looks like it's going to be absolutely atrocious. There will be no gardening for me, which is going to be a good thing probably, even though Joe's gone and bought a whole load new plants that need planting. We need to get those in somehow, but they're going to have to wait. And I could well have the builders back in over the next week or so. So again, that is going to mess with my schedule a little bit. But I'll update you more on that over the weekend. But in the meantime, everybody, have a safe weekend. I hope we all have a good weekend, and I look forward to seeing you back here on Monday, 9 o'clock. We'll be back with some more regular racing in the randomizer. Although I have put a new race in. I put the Aston Martins at Le Mans in, because that was just an amazing race last night. I thoroughly enjoyed, and I've got a few more that I need to put in the randomizer, so I've still got a little bit of catching up to do. I'm starting to waffle, can't remember what I've been saying. Apologies to Ollie and Jack about the call out on the net code. No offense intended, and if I've called it wrong, I apologize. But when I'm narrating live, I can only call out what I see, what I'm feeling at the time. I do upset people from time to time. Some of them do reach out to me and say, "Oi, that wasn't fair." I'm not going to apologize. There aren't many people that will do these live commentaries as it's happening. I love it. I love doing it, and I want to do more of it because I do enjoy it. Have yourselves a great weekend, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye.